Hello, hello, hello. I am Gepwin here with all your Mac gaming news, reviews, and gameplay. And I apologize for the weirdness that is the orientation at the beginning of this video, but I wanted to show you the strangeness that is the Anodyne menu system. When you first start up the game, it gives you this. It has a little countdown saying if you want to put in a joypad or not. And I don't know why there's the little countdown. Alright, everything in this menu has a timer on it for some reason. I'll reconfigure the joypad just to show you that. See? You have to wait a couple of minutes you have to wait a few seconds for the thing to start up with a little timer, and I don't know why. Then I press up, right, down, left, confirm, and cancel, and pause. Then it makes me move this little square, which I guess is nice because it confirms that you've binded your keys correctly and that you don't have anything to do, but if you did it wrong, you have to wait the 10 seconds on the little timer. And I don't know why. Everything in this menu, startup menu, is timed, and I don't know why that is. I just wanted to show you that because I found it incredibly strange. I was thinking of showing you some gameplay first, but this is the first thing that you are presented with when you start the game, and I just wanted to show you what the intro and beginning of the game looks like because I found it incredibly weird starting up. Like, why is there a blank screen? Why are all these timers here? What the heck is going on? Why is the background have a name over the other name? All kinds of strange decisions, and it starts off right away. Now again, I apologize for the weird windowed look. Every time I play this game, I set it to be non-windowed and set up a bunch of things, and then every time I restart it, it comes back to this, and I don't know why. Now, it could be that I did not save the configurations properly or something, so this could be my fault, but I will point out that I have done this configuration setup before. I will continue, and now, this is Anodyne. We'll get into that in a second, but let me just show you. You go into the configurations, and you can change it to non-windowed, and you can change the scaling. And the scaling just scales it up and makes it look a little weird. So we'll play here so that the distortion's not too bad. But it's still this strange little window in the middle of the screen. And I don't know why it's this strange little window in the middle of the screen, because this game was made for computers. Alright, this game is made to be played on the computer. It is not a mobile game that they ported over. There is a mobile game version of this, but everything I've read about it, I have not played the mobile version. Everything I've read about the mobile version says that it is terrible, pretty much unplayable. So, being that it only works well on the computer, and the mobile version seems to have been a kind of afterthought, why is it in this teeny little box? Why? Now let's see do I talk to this guy? Do I attack this guy? I don't know what this thing is. Apparently it's nothing. See, and here's this weird little walkie thing that I can't interact with, which I guess is cool. It has some, flora and fauna around. What happens if I let him walk into me? Come on, walk into me. I guess he just pushes me around. Anyhow, this is Anodyne, and you are this little dude. You're presented in this world, and this guy tells you that you have to go explore it, and that's really it. That is it. That is completely it. You're presented with this world, the dude tells you to go explore, you go explore. Everything else you need to do, you discover through exploring. Nah, little dude exploded on me. I met him before. And that's really all. Now, you may have noticed something, that this game looks like old school Zeldas. It looks a lot like an old school Zelda game. And you would be right. Here's a dungeon. Let's go into the dungeon. This game is old school Zelda. Like, it's not even pretending not to be old school Zelda. This is just an old school Zelda game. Oops, wrong button, I apologize. This is so much an old school Zelda game that I swear some of the art might even have come from the Zelda games themselves. If not, it was very, very closely inspired. Now, I'm certainly not trying to accuse anyone of stealing or anything along those lines, but really, it looks like some of the art might have actually come from Zelda games. Ah, this thing is attacking me. I know what to do. This puzzle is just... So that guy will move up a second after. Okay, I think I'm going to get killed on this thing. There are some puzzles like this. They're not super well done. Like, that control was really just too wonky to be able to control well. Took some damage. Yeah, that might have been my fault, but that control was just a little bit weird. So there are puzzles in these dungeons, and there are dungeons, and you fight these bat things that are pulled straight from a Zelda game. And there's a few little interesting moments, but for the most part, this is just it's a Zelda game, but it's not a very good one, because there's no other items. Right, the key to Zelda games is going through the dungeon, and you tend to get a new item when you go through the dungeon, and then... Okay, I don't know what that was about. Then as you go through the dungeons, you use your new item to solve puzzles in new and interesting ways, like you get the boomerang, it lets you hit switches from far away. Oops. Now I got killed. Come on. You hit the boomerang, it lets you hit switches from far away, and you use that to solve puzzles in the dungeon. This, you have your broom. And this is the only item you will ever seem to get. You get your broom, and that is all. And your broom is it, really. Completely and utterly it. I haven't seen any other items, I haven't seen any hints of other items, I have seen nothing else. And from what I've read, there's nothing else. So I don't just play a couple minutes of the game and go, nope, I haven't found an item, this game stinks. No, I've done my research, I do some research before I go into these games. I play the game to see how it stacks up versus the research I've done, and yeah, there's no items. The puzzles in this game are very simplistic because you only have one tool to use, so it's all I have to interact with the enemies and what's in the environment using my little broom, and that is all you're given. So it really limits your options, really limits what you can do, really limits what you're able to do to make the puzzles interesting. And the combat is fairly repetitive as well. By the same token, you only have one item, you only have one thing you can do. You walk up and you hit them and you run away. And it could be, and now I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck on the scenery, which really ticks me off. I hate dying because I get stuck on the scenery. Alright, there's a key. Now you see, you go through the dungeons, you get the keys, you use the keys to unlock new parts of the area, and you continue on. This is Legend of Zelda. And there's nothing really wrong with that. I mean, Zelda wasn't the first one to do dungeon exploring, it's not going to be the last one. You can't really call foul for copying a game idea as simple as explore a dungeon, but I mean, come on, this is Legend of Zelda, and there's just no getting around it. The comparison jumps out at you. It'd be one thing if it was kinda similar, but everything, the art style, the music, the ambiance, the way the levels are designed, it's all Legend of Zelda. It invites the comparison, it revels in the comparison. And if you're going to revel in a comparison like that, if you're going to base yourself off of one of the most beloved game series of all time, you need to do it better. You know, maybe it's not fair to want this game to be as good as Legend of Zelda, because that is one of the best series of all time. Everyone loves it, it's universally beloved, it's widely considered one of the best series next to Mario. And really, why would you do it badly? There are Zelda games. As playing this, you know, the new Zelda just came out. I'm really upset that I'm gonna have to wait until Christmas to play it, but you know, the new Zelda game just came out for the 3DS. I know we're Mac gamers here. We're Mac gamers and we play on our Macs, but yeah, grab an emulator. I mean, you can play all the old Zeldas on things. You can play the new Zelda on the 3DS. If you're that into Zelda, you have a 3DS. I know I do. I'm waiting to play the new one. Just, you know, play a Zelda game. They're better than this. Now I fell. Now I will say the controls are good, and the ambiance is good, and the art is pretty interesting. I also really like the music. The music is very nice, invokes some of the classic sound design from really old school Nintendo games. But so many things are going wrong. Like, I'm mashing the A button here, and my broom just stops working occasionally. Like, your attack stops working, your movement stops working. It's all very, very, very wonky. That's a very technical word, wonky. But this game is very wonky. Like, I'm kind of torn on it, because I'm almost enjoying it. Like, it's not horrible, it doesn't hurt your eyes to look at, it doesn't pain your fingers to play, but there's just better things you could be doing with your time. There's better games like this you can play. And why is it stuck in that aspect ratio? And why am I collecting these cards? These cards appear to be the key to everything in the game. They are what you do, they're what you're striving for, they're what you are collecting, they're what prevents you from moving on. There are gates in the game that will only let you pass if you have a certain number of these cards, but these cards do nothing. Alright, you collect them, you can look at them in your menu, see cards, but selecting them does nothing. Looking at them gives you a teeny little description. Huh? And the dangers, I don't know. Like, the cards give you a teeny little description of the enemy, which I guess is kind of fun, but really, who cares? I have 6 cards now, but what does that do for me? It lets me go through a gate that says number 6 on it, and that's it. That's quite literally it. That is all the cards do for you. And I wish the cards did something more, because I want something else to do that's not this stupid broom. Like, seriously, this game is very, very frustrating in that regard. I want something that's not this frickin' broom. Now, why is this stupid broom all I get? Why are there no other items? Why is the puzzles not better? Why? Why am I playing this and not a Zelda game? That is the constant thought I am having as I go through this. Why? Like, why am I not just playing Zelda? And why is the screen so small? And why did that bat explode and hurt me? Like, nothing in this game is making a bunch of sense. It's making me frustrated just looking at it. Why did it respawn me back here? Yeah, there's the checkpoint system. This is the thing too, you have these checkpoint saves. That's the only place you save. Now I go back and go over here and do the thing. At least Zelda saved at the beginning of every dungeon. Forgot to step on the rock. Yep. Now I've got to go back through these things. Like, the puzzles in this are just kind of aggravating. Mostly they just involve waiting. I don't know why that stupid bat exploded. The bat exploded and killed me, and I don't know why it did. And then I fell. And the bat teleported with me when I fell. Now see, look at the falling. Look at that. That is Link falling. That is the animation for Link falling in the earlier games, and in some of the later games. Just that open mouth, like, ah, and disappearing into the darkness. Like, this is Legend of Zelda with a bad reskin. That's really what you have to say about this game. This is Anodyne, and it lives up to its name. I had to look this up, but Anodyne means under expectations. Something that you didn't expect to be much, really. It's kind of lackluster, evokes feelings of eh. And there's no way across here. So this is the only interesting thing you can do with your brush. You can pick up dust, and you can put it down somewhere. Which I guess is an interesting thing you can do with your brush. But like, so much Why did I play this game? Why am I playing this game? It's so dull. Why is that dust cloud up there when there's one down here? Why are the assets doing that? Why is this game so lazy? Really, this is a lazy game. It's a lazy copy of a good game, which is just pretty bad in my book. And now I'm stuck again. There. Now I'm unstuck, but now I got stuck. If I get stuck, it means it's a lazy copy. Good God. And do you know what the best part is? This game is $9. This isn't even like a $2 little crap mobile game. You're like, well, at least I only spent 99 cents, or at least I only spent $1 on this thing. No, this game is $9. That's almost $10. Do you know what you can buy for $10? I could buy a sandwich for $10. I could get lunch for $10. I live in New York. I could go to Chinatown and I could get a meal for 2 for $10. That's what this game will cost you. I got this in the Humble Bundle. I got this game free with a bunch of other games, and I'm regretting it. And that is what I think of this game, quite honestly. Not worth your time. Lazy port of a good game. It's trying to invoke feelings of what was a really good game. And the Legend of Zelda series are really good games, and this game is trying to copy them, and it's not doing it very well. And that's really what I have to say. This is Anodyne. It's available for $9.99 on Steam, on its own website, on the Humble store. Or not the store, it's been available in the Humble Bundle. But really, just no. Just no, yeah. Continue, no. I think that sums up what I think of this game. It really does. Now you're back here for some reason. I don't know what's going on. The story's kind of ick. It's presented badly. It's written worse. and then I'll hit things with my broom. This is Anodyne. I hope you've enjoyed this review more than I did. On a related note, I saw the new Doctor Who. It's great. If you haven't seen the Doctor Who Day of the Doctor, go look it up. Really great, really amazing. But I imagine if you're a Doctor Who fan, you've already watched it 3 times yesterday, like I did. That's how many times I watched it yesterday. Just on a personal note, a little bit about me. I love Doctor Who, and I watched it yesterday. Other than that, I am Gepwin. I thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, follow me on Twitter, look at my blog, etc., 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 all those fun things. You've probably seen me around on the Mac Gaming Reddit. You can check it out there. I post daily humble sales there. You can look at some of my writing on my blog, which I will keep up more, and I post all my stuff on Twitter since it's hard for you to follow on YouTube ever since Google Plus got involved. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Gepwin. Keep Mac gaming, and I'll see you soon.